My 29 male, soon-to-be ex-husband seems to feel entitled to another chance with me, 28 female. My husband and I have been married for 2.5 years and have been together for almost 8 years. We split up in May of this year, apparently overnight. He went back to his homeland, leaving me and our kid behind. There was never a good explanation offered, just that he believed we should never have married. In July, he changed his mind and said that he wanted to be a family again. He was still working at his hometown job, so I decided to ride it out at my job in a distant place for a couple of months to develop my CV before searching for other positions in his hometown. I eventually secured a terrific job in December after 6 months of a grueling commute, taking care of our kid during the week by myself, and traveling to his hometown every weekend, applying and generally bending over myself. I found out he was having an affair a week before I was supposed to move into the new home we were purchasing together and start my new job. He begged and pleaded for me to remain with him, threatening to cut off all communication if I didn't, and I naively decided to give him another opportunity. 2 days later, when I was back in a different city, finishing out my final week of work at my former job, he unblocked her on everything and liked her Instagram photos. I was heartbroken. On top of that, he booted me out of the home we were meant to move into together, forcing me to find a new place to live TWO days before beginning my new job. We've been living apart ever since. He's said and done so many vile things in this time, and he's claimed he wants a divorce so many times that I've lost count. He was remained in touch with her till about a month ago. I observed her automobile at his home, got photos for the attorneys, and he confirmed he was still talking to her. I stopped performing the Choose Me dance about a month ago and stopped contacting him other than concerning our kid. Now he's changed his tune and says he's desperate to get me back and would go to any length. He has unfollowed her on all platforms. I disliked all of her photos. Tells me not to abandon our family. I've progressed. I have no desire to pursue another connection with him. He's profoundly damaged me, and I've been screwed over by him so many times I've lost count. How do I tell him there's no possibility without appearing absolutely heartless? I still want to be able to have a healthy co-parenting relationship with him, so I'm cordial to him, but he interprets it as me wanting him back. My sentiments have been expressed to him, but they have fallen on deaf ears. He claims he will never give up attempting to reunite our family and that he does not desire a divorce. Yes, I do. Is there anybody who can help? To demonstrate the kind of guy he is, when I questioned him why he had such a quick change of heart, he answered it was because I seemed stronger. The irony, oh the irony. To be honest, I'm grateful to the jerk for tearing the rug out from under my feet not once, but twice, because I've understood how much better I can be and how I don't need anybody but myself to be happy. Second edit. Seriously, thank you to everyone who has read and commented on my tale. You have no idea how much it is assisting me in focusing on myself and realizing that I need to quit contemplating the sentiments of someone who has no regard for mine. I can only hope that anybody who finds themselves in a similar scenario learns that you can and do move on. And I guarantee you'll feel as if a 10,000-pound weight has been lifted off your shoulders. Third edit. He will be served with papers within the next 1-2 weeks. Ensure that the "I've changed" mask falls off. I hope I'm wrong, but I've learned all too well that my gut instincts are almost always correct. Hopefully, I'll be back in a few months with the wonderful news that the separation is finalized. Update. Well, it turns out that my suspicions were correct. He was still sleeping with the affair partner and telling him he loved her and would do whatever to make it work with her the whole while he was asking for another chance and promised, this time would be different. Eye roll. It didn't even bother me to find out. That's how unsurprised I was. It just enabled me to stop feeling guilty. I kicked his. Every day, I thank the universe that he is no longer romantically attached to me. It's as though a colossal weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I met someone by coincidence at a wedding shortly after my first article and fell in love. This individual is everything my ex-husband was not. The warmth, sympathy, and respect they exhibit, not just to me, but also to my kid, is surreal. I had no idea love could be that simple. Anyone reading this who is in a loveless marriage should leave. Do the difficult thing, especially if they have a history of leaving slash returning slash cheating, etc. I was frightened of cutting the connection. At one point, I was beginning to feel sorry for the man, since he was pleading with me every day for another opportunity. He attempted to persuade me that having a divorce would damage my future, our daughter's future, and that she would come from a broken home, but it was exactly the reverse. It was already broken, and I repaired it. I totally flourished after I decided that divorce was the best choice. I gained self-reliance. I discovered how to be happy on my own. I discovered happiness in a companion. Life has never been so delicious. The terrible improves the nice so much. Thank you for your comments on my initial article, Reddit. It aided in the transformation of my cemetery into a garden. Story 2. Husband, 27 male, and I, 26 female, agreed I'd be a som because he made more. I got promoted and now he wants to change the deal. My husband and I have been together for 11 years, 3 of which we have been married. We're one of those well-known high school sweethearts who really worked out together. Since we were very young, I knew I wanted to work for the government. I'm being vague for privacy concerns, but it's really difficult to get in. We both graduated from law school, but he worked more to further his job. He earns over $100,000 per year as a lawyer, but I work in consulting and study to go into my ideal career, and I make around $60,000. Whenever we discussed children throughout our relationship, we always agreed that they should have a parent be with them full-time until they start school, 6 years in our country. It seemed natural that the parent doing so should be the one earning less, particularly because it is just a temporary situation. Let's get to the point. Finally, I passed the test for my desired job. Aside from earning about $120,000 per year and receiving all of the perks that come with the position, I also have stability, which means that after 2 years, I can't be fired unless I really truly screw it up or resign. Of my own free choice. We don't want to have a child this year, but rather in 2022 or early 2023. He sat me down a few weeks after I passed the test and told me that with both of our earnings combined, we would be able to hire a nanny and a housekeeper while both of us worked full-time and our children stayed at home. I questioned him why now, particularly since he'd be the one staying at home, and he stated he'd changed his mind. I understand that he has the right to change his mind, and I also understand that we are in a very fortunate position to be able to afford quality childcare for all of our future children. But I'm curious why he only changed his mind after realizing he would be the soft and why he was fine with me doing it, but not him. I'm having problems believing that all of the previous pledges we made to each other would still be valid if our roles were reversed. Is there anybody out there that has a similar tale or some advice? Oh my goodness, this exploded out overnight. Please accept my apologies for the delay in responding. I am unable to respond to every comments, but please know that I have read each and every one of them. But first, I'll address some frequently asked questions. Q. What if he is promoted and your dream job pays less than $100,000? I'm going to answer these 2 questions together since they have the same answer. He wouldn't force me to abandon my dream career even if it earned $10,000 per year, and I wouldn't force him to quit his work even if I made 10 times as much. Q. What makes you believe one of you should remain at home? We both grew up with our mothers working part-time, and we both thought it aided our growth, so we decided our children should have the same opportunity. Q. If you can afford decent daycare, why don't you take use of it? I haven't discussed it with him, but I feel this is the path we will go. I know he would never ask me to give up my job, and I would never ask him to do the same. While I feel both of us would be competent SOP, I don't think it's fair to push it simply because we agreed before we ever began trying for a kid, and I wouldn't want to risk one of us developing to hate the other parent or the children. Don't believe him since he's a lawyer and he's lying. I laughed at this. Who is piloting the aircraft if he is a lawyer and I'm also a lawyer? This is a ruse/bragging/seeking affirmation. Thanks. We won't make any choices right now in the end. I'm glad he came to me before anything irreversible occurred, and I'm certain we'll talk it out and come to an agreement that works for both of us. I adore him, and I hate portraying him as anything other than a wonderful guy, spouse, and friend. Edit 2. People continue to inquire about my work. It's a position at my country's Department of Foreign Affairs, not the U.S. To get approved, you must have a degree in one of the following fields: law, history, sociology, philosophy, political science, international studies, and a few others. I chose law because I thought it would provide me with the finest career prospects while I was studying for admissions.